Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts with a video series of sorts. It might be the beginning of something. Maybe you've ever heard of the program called Taskmaster. It's a very funny British show where you have to do all sorts of weird tasks. And every day's different. A fellow YouTuber reached out to me who's also covering Ultimate Admiral. And he said, hey, how would you like to do some sort of weekly challenge with as many YouTubers who are covering Ultimate Admiral as possible? We can have a fun little challenge, and we can see who can score the most points with every different challenge in a given week. It is, however, going to be a challenge. It's not going to be a scenario. It's not going to be something really extensive. Just a really quick, witty situation that's going to challenge the way that you build ships or that you use the ships to operate. For this scenario, we're going to be building 2 US heavy cruisers versus 10 German light cruisers. Every light cruiser is worth 10 points. Every light cruiser that's sunk. Losing your own ship does not cost you any points. Starting points is 15,000 meters, starting range. But there's a twist. When I hit design ship, there's going to be a 2-minute timer. I'm going to use my phone for that, so you might hear that beeping in the distance in 2 minutes. And I only have 2 minutes to design a ship. And I'm saying design, I'm not saying auto design. So, Before I forget, Everyday's Difference channel is linked down below. Credit goes to him for this idea for the weekly challenge. And if you have a good idea for next week's challenge, let me know down below in the comment section. Now, there is a very marked distinction. Do not post large scenarios. For that, I have the link in the description to my page where you can post that. This just has to be a quick, witty challenge that has to be executed pretty quick, like build a ship in 2 minutes, or it has to be something witty and does not have to have too much RNG. And by RNG, I mean you can have an enemy battle group consisting of, let's say, 2 battle groups, a battle cruiser, 3 heavy cruisers, and 10 lights. But the AI is going to generate different designs for every content creator, for every YouTuber. I might get light cruisers which are armed with 7-inch guns. Everyday's Different might get ships that are generated with 5-inch guns on light cruisers. So we're going to try and even these things out by doing multiple different scenarios or multiple different little challenges. And then over the weeks, we're going to try and get a sort of tally of points. So again, link down below to both where you can hand in scenarios. That's the larger thing. That's what I wrap a whole video around. But if you have a Taskmaster challenge, that's what I'm going to call this series. Link that down below, or post that down below in the comments. And of course, head over to Everyday's Difference channel to see how he's going to be doing this and what he's going to be coming up with. And be sure to subscribe to him. I think he's a nice guy, and I think we can have a lot of fun with this series. Right. Phone in hand. Timer ready? Design ship. Here we go. Your time starts now. Alright, I have only 1930s tech. I'm going to go with a Maryland-class ship. I want gear turbines, oil, forced boilers, auxiliary 2, shaft 2, group 4, anti-torpedo 2, triple hull bottom, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood 2, armored citadel, main tower. Fuck, that cost me 30 seconds? Jesus, I'm not even able to add guns at this rate. Centerline guns. I'll go with 9-inch triple barrel. Torpedo launchers would be nice to haves, just so they can assist a bit. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. You only have, what was it? 1 hour in game to complete this challenge. So you don't even have a lot of time to get this thing completed. High TNT. Heavy shells, hydraulic turrets, auto loaders. I'm still looking good for displacement. Let's go for a turtleback armor then. Give me 8 inches of belt armor, 8 inches of belt extended. I still have 50 seconds. Come on, get out of my way. Get out of the way. Medium, no. Tall, superimposed barbette. Copy the turret, post the turret. Displacement 3.6, 30 seconds, 1.9% aft weight offset, no aft weight offset, Secondary guns, triple barrel. No, doesn't fit. 2-inch triple barrels, check. Secondary all the things. Ooh, even there? That's neat. Nope. Nope. Shit! 6 seconds left. Reattach the torpedo tubes. I have a bit of... Nope. Time's up. Launch. I don't think I've ever built a ship that fast. Right. Here goes. I only have 1 hour. My time starts now. When that timer hit 8:59, I should be done. What sort of torpedoes did I add to these ships? Standard ones, right? Ships Maryland and Columbia reporting for duty. This is more akin to a battleship with 9-inch guns than to an actual heavy cruiser. But I do like all those secondaries. I'm not sure how much use 2-inch guns are going to be. But at least they can be pretty amusing to see those fire. Alright, torpedo lead ship. Look at the Columbia listing over. Trying to get a bit of additional elevation on the guns by the looks of it. I hope that that's going to work. Damn, that was a fast build. We didn't agree on displacement or anything like that, so maybe that's something that I should have added. Just to check. Yeah, we didn't agree on displacement. So, having a cruiser of 20,000 tons is a pretty big ship. But I think it's within the rules. I could have made it arguably bigger, but I don't really think that I needed to. Now, what are these guys packing? Other than a lot of water that's floating into, or flooding into the hull. Pretty big light cruiser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turrets. 7-inch? Look at that thing list. Jesus, dude. Oh, I think it's trying to fall back into formation. Yeah, it's taken a lot of damage. And she's probably going to try and switch to make sure she doesn't take too much more damage. Sort of give her time to heal up. With everybody in smoke screens, it's going to be harder to hit them. Accuracy's down to 1.2%. You know what? I don't really want to get too closer. Maryland, I'm going to detach you. I want you to turn port. Oh, these are outbound torps. Identification's only 40% through. Columbia, slow down. I didn't even look at the speed that I had, nor at the engine capacity. I'm not even sure if I have enough engine capacity to make these things work. Speed, 30.5 knots. The weakness is my deck extended armor. Because if they pen that, it's going to be pretty painful. Now, I effectively have 16 inches of belt armor. So I'm not really worried about these light cruisers making massive holes in my ships. I don't think that they have the gunpowder to do that. Looks like the Maryland took a bit of damage, but it's very much superficial. And it's just one fire on the bow. Looks like the 4-inch guns are also pecking away. They already have the range? What does that fire out to? 9 kilometers? On a 4-inch gun? That's really impressive. Now, the torpedoes are speeding towards their targets. I'm not even sure which target it was at that point. But these torps do look pretty good. Now, you know what? I'm thinking that with these ships, I'll have no difficulty taking down light cruisers in a very quick time span. Very short time span. So I'm going to try and do it as quickly as possible. Because if every day is different, is going to be building ships similar or such, and he also sinks these ships very quickly, then I think it's going to come down to the amount of time that we spent doing it. Again, we didn't agree on all of this. It's just an experimental situation. This torpedo is not going to pose a threat to this light cruiser. These torps are probably going to get picked up by their hydros. So they should really be able to avoid those. No trouble. Look at how quickly this guy's getting out of the way. The one thing that could spoil the whole battle is that the enemy might launch torpedoes at me. I do not have sonar. No, I didn't add sonar to this ship. Oh. And they do have torpedoes. 7-inch guns. 9,600 ton displacement. So between their 10 ships, they still have a lot more displacement than I do. Because they got a total of 96,000 tons of displacement and I have a total of 40,000 tons. Okay, these guys are launching torpedoes not yet. Their range is 9-1. Maryland. Maintain target on the Köln. Columbia. Target Köln. Köln does have torpedoes ready. 3% to hit? Wow. Target fast speed, minus 95%. Even at this range, right? That is impressive, but also kind of scary. Torpedoes, 43.5 knots. Where? Port starboard bow stern. Accuracy, 4%. Columbia's turning circle's quite good. 526 meters only. And that additional, was it shaft and auxiliary engine also helps. Oh, why did you have to shoot right over the target, Columbia? It's right there. It's 1.9 clicks out and it just launched a torpedo at you. 5% to hit. Hold on, is that the actual 2-inch that are doing damage? Well, not much. But yeah, they're firing, they are doing damage. I don't know if the Columbia can dance around that torpedo. Oh, oh! Look at that. That's the torpedo right there. Perfect turn. Should not have been any closer though. Hold off on the torpedo launch for a second. I think the Köln can do it again. Now I hope that I can keep the ship turning and yet keep my guns on target. It might not be too easy to do both at the same time. Köln shouldn't be too fast anymore. Still no hits. 1%. Wow. That's because I went for long-range rangefighter, right? No, I went for coincidence. So the aiming speed should go up. Look at that dispersion. There and there. Oh, man. The other cruisers are also coming in. Which I'm not sure I'm happy with. Sure, it might help with accuracy. But at the same time, it also helps them with torpedoes. Let's see, if I'm not wrong, then Köln's port torpedo launcher is ready. Because she sent her starboard against the Columbia a moment ago. Now we're getting some damage. Fire on the Köln. The damage from the 2 inches is slowly starting to ramp up. There's the flooding. No torpedo launches have been detected. Flooding very badly now. Ooh. That's going to finish her off. Bulkheads? Standard. Interesting. Alright, Frankfurt's next, 6.2 clicks out. Bremen. What sort of detection do these guys have, by the way? Hydro 1. So they have some advanced warning, but not a whole lot. Launch torpedoes against target Geyer. Torpedoes from the Columbia are away. Here we go. Alright, primes and secondaries on that ship. Torpedoes denied. Alright, it took me 14 seconds to take down one cruiser. This might actually pose more challenging than I'd expected. I thought, oh, I'm just going to clobber some light cruisers with a heavy. Well, that remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Because one thing I was not accounting for is the very, very hard time that my ships are having to hit these ships. When they hit, it hurts. And it hurts quite a lot. But the challenge lies in actually hitting the targets. She's detected the torpedoes. And especially with these guys constantly smoking up. And posing as a very, very difficult target. Good luck with that. Torpedo in the water. Hard to port. I'm going to have to dance around that one again. Is the guy returning to port to try and launch that second torpedo as well? Jeez, my dispersion needs a bit of work. There's another torpedo out there. Had the Columbia maintained her course, she would have been hit. Guaranteed. Target Frankfurt. There's another torpedo in the water. This is going to be very dangerous. We're going to be dancing around torpedoes, and probably a lot. But similarly, my torpedoes could be very effective at this range. Because I throw out a big spread. Oh, holy shit. I hit a ship all the way over there. The Graudens. Sinking. Second ship, sunk. Second light cruiser, down. Target Frankfurt. Torpedo launch when ready. I hope this Columbia still has her starboard torpedo tubes available. Yep, starboard torpedo away. Target Bremen. Bremen has torpedoes ready. Oh, that's going to be nasty. Good luck trying to avoid that. There's another incoming torpedo. She's going to launch any second now. There she is. Bremen has just sent out another gift. Fortunately, they're only packing singular launch torpedoes. If that was a quad stack, then I would have had a lot more difficulty trying to avoid as many as I did. Secondaries, target Stralsund. Primaries, target Bremen. Bingo! Flooding and fire. Slow that light cruiser down. Let's admire the port side secondaries for a second. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-inch guns, and then the 2-inch guns actually have a better chance to hit. 6.9%. Oh, it looks like I hit the Rostock as well. Yeah, she also got torpedoed a while ago. Really? So I've sunk 2 ships, but I've severely damaged 3 others. Nice. Come on, let's wrap up with the Bremen, so I don't have to worry about torpedoes coming from that direction. Well, not counting the Regensburg, that is. Ooh! Good luck with that, Stralsund. Columbia's torpedo tubes. Firing point blank range. She might have detected those upon launch, but not a chance that she's going to avoid that. Goodbye. That was 6 torpedo hits on a light cruiser. The ship's burning. 3 engines damaged and flooding. Flash fire. Well, it's like you were going to be using your turrets now anyway. There goes Stralsund. Excellent. That's my 3rd ship sunk. 30 points so far. You have torpedoed the Bremen, which is a bit of a waste. But maybe one runs long and he still hits the Frauenlob. I'm going to increase speed on the Maryland to try and get kills on the Frauenlob and the Rostock. They're still pretty far away, but they shouldn't be very maneuverable. And the Columbia is going to maintain course and work over the Regensburg, Frankfurt and Geier. Bremen is in a very bad way. I don't know if she's going to be able to avoid those torpedoes. She probably spotted them. And she looks to be turning to starboard. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Though she might flood out before then. Yeah, Bremen's dead. 4 kills. Target. No, actually. Are you smoked up? You're smoked up. That makes you not really an ideal target. I still have 36 minutes to complete the challenge and sink as many ships as I can. Oh, so close. That salvo from the Columbia looked really good. But I think it's once again just the secondaries that are doing the actual damage here. Yeah, 2-inch, 4-inch, 1 9-inch, but it was an overpin. We're just shooting short. Just short of the target. Oh, crap. It's going to be pretty hard to avoid. If at all possible. Well, there's going to be another close encounter. Too close of an encounter. Oh, crap. That's unwelcome. If I lose the Columbia, I'm going to have far less damage potential. And far less ability to actually take down these light cruisers. I think the Columbia is going to die. Oh, especially with more torpedoes coming in. Oh no. Columbia, can you speed up? Or is that going to hit you just squarely on the stern? Charge! Hit. Regensburg is just casually sitting there, not really taking much damage. Those starboard torpedoes, please tell me that we're at least getting some use out of those. Not at all. Maryland, I need kills. Quickly. Decent. Columbia's still here. There we go. Finally some hits on the Regensburg. But I'm very concerned with her ability to load and launch a torpedo before she goes down. Her torpedo tubes are ready, but I'm thinking I might be in a bit of a blind spot. Columbia's at 43% buoyancy, but she's not pumping it out because it didn't install any systems that can do that. I think. Anti-flood 2. Yeah, she might have recovered already. Look at that dispersion. 4 torpedoes going out to meet the Geier. Shit. North to port. Maryland, status. Oh shit! This is what happens when I try to manage 2 different groups at the same time. I get exactly what I deserve from a already heavily damaged cruiser. Oh, we did sink the Niobe. And the Rostock. Okay. Flash fire. Hey, we're not doing too bad. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cruisers alive. And they are making that very much known by launching torpedoes everywhere. Maximum support, Columbia. No, she's gonna get hit. Ow. And then there's another torpedo coming out from the Regensburg. Oh no. Frankfurt. And another. Cut that out. Oh no, Columbia's done for. She's flooding and she has no way to fight it. Shit. That's only one heavy cruiser left. Can we sink the Frauenlob quickly? Because then I at least have 70 points out of a potential 100. And I might still be able to turn around in 27 minutes and get the kills on the rest. Frauenlob is a flash fire. That does not seem to be the primary of her worries. Maryland's pumping her water back out. There we go, 70 points. 30 more points up for grabs. Hard to starboard. Get those light cruisers before they manage to make it out of here. Frauenlob didn't accidentally launch torpedoes, right? No, she didn't. If I want to hit one of them, it's going to be the stern one, that one. Excellent. No, 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 Maryland. You had the right idea. Oh, Regensburg might flood. 7%, 6%, 5%. She's struggling. 2%, 1%. No. She was at 0.5% and now she's going back up. 10%. Oh, that was close. There she goes. 80 points. 22 minutes to sink 2 light cruisers. These guys still both have torpedo tubes and they're happy to use them, as we have seen. Starboard torpedo launch against, I think, the Geyer. So if we can get the port torpedoes away against Frankfurt, although I'll probably have to turn quite a lot. The challenge will be to hit these things because they're so fast. Maryland's almost out of torpedoes. That's alright, I'm almost out of time. Geyer's taken a scratch. She does have a problem with these torpedoes, potentially. These, and these. She's flooding. But I think she spotted the torpedoes and is heading away from them. Yeah, she detected the torpedoes. I think all the sets. But the real question is, how is that other ship going to behave? The Frankfurt. The Frankfurt also moves to turn away. Oh, it would have been too perfect if I could sink those ships with torpedoes. Oh well, we still have time. I just gotta keep dancing around their torpedoes. Geyer's flooding pretty bad. Maneuverability? 34 knots and slowing. As opposed to the... Jesus, I only just noticed these things can do 40 knots. And they have a worse turning circle than my heavy cruiser. Right. So Geyer... still slowing down, but she's fighting the flooding. Come on, Maryland. That's the one I want to... Oh! Really? I thought you had an ability to spot those torpedoes, Geyer. What happened? What happened there? Torpedo in the water. Origin Frankfurt, I think. Frankfurt's running a bit low on torps. She only has 5 left. No flooding. 13 minutes left. Trying to make the secondaries do some work against the Frankfurt. And so far they've done a bit. Mostly the 9-inch guns, of course, but the 4-inch might have started a fire. Geyer, 5 clicks out. Speed on the Geyer has been reduced to 22 knots, and she's still slowing down. So my accuracy is getting really good against the Geyer. Yep, fire, destroyed. Keep it up, 11 minutes. %. Structural 53. That's rude. And missed. Oh! Hold on, what caused that flash fire? Because it wasn't in a 9-inch. No way. I think a 2-inch shell. Well, it could have been a 4-inch, could have been a 2-inch. They destroyed a main gun. And the ship is on fire and got a flash fire. From a 4-inch gun. Well, to be fair, she only has 2 inches of belt armor and 1.1 inches of belt extended. And these things, at this range, of about 3 clicks out, they can pen a lot of belt armor. So that's probably what happened. Now with the Frankfurt flooding, and now I'm going to launch my torpedoes against her. And ideally, I'd launch both port and starboard side. Port side launched. Starboard side against the wounded Geyer, I think has a better chance of landing. Because she's far, far less maneuverable than the Frankfurt. Even though the Frankfurt's also taken on water. Starboard set against the Geyer. 9 minutes left. Frankfurt launched a torpedo. Lovely. At least I caught that in time. We still got the mains on the wounded and flooding Geyer. And the Frankfurt's turning away. But she's still flooding. Torpedoes here look good. Geyer just does not have the maneuverability to avoid them. So this one torpedo could seal the fate of the Geyer. Frankfurt, down to 12% buoyancy, 9%. Please tell me that torp's gonna hit. No, she's trying to turn out. No, you're not. Yes, you are? Really? Damn. I thought I had her. 7 minutes left. No torpedoes. Nothing. I launched all of them. Shit, now I'm gonna have to really split my attention. Main guns, target Frankfurt. Frankfurt's current speed, 30 knots. Torpedo in the water, hard to starboard. Or, well, maybe hard to port would be better. Best not to make that decision too long, otherwise I'm gonna be running into the torpedo anyway. 7 minutes left. Come on, Frankfurt. I think Maryland's still trying to swing her main guns around. Yeah. Not even sure what that alpha turret's doing. 33% chance to hit on the Frankfurt. With 30% on the 2-inch and 23% on the 4-inch. Come on. Guns aren't firing. They are definitely pointing at the target. There we go, that's better. Well, if it hits. Frankfurt is now seriously down in the water. 2% buoyancy, she's down. 90 points. Now we need to sink that wounded Geyer. Speed 15 knots. What are you doing? Was she still moving on the turn or something? 5 minutes left. Geyer takes another decently damaging hit. There we go. Flooding, yes. Very good. Slow down. Increase accuracy. Main guns, swinging around again. Again, refusing to fire, though. 40%. The ship's not maneuvering that violently that they cannot fire. There we are. Look at this. I actually got 2000 damage out of the secondary's 2-inch. I got 2600 out of the 4-inch. I got 4200 out of the 9-inch. I was actually thinking I'm not going to do that much damage with those small 2-inch guns. And then I ran into these very lightly armored German light cruisers. I mean, sure, the name sort of implies it. But you got light cruisers, and then you have light cruisers with a bunch of armor, because they're weird AI designs. I have 3 minutes left. Can I get all the light cruisers? The Geyer is still flooding. But this number keeps going back up. Full salvo. And hits. And she's gone. With 1 minute and 52 left on the clock. Alright. Every day is different. Now's your chance. I got everything done with 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining. All yours. If you guys, the watchers on the walls, no, the viewers of this video, if you have any good idea for another, let's say, small Taskmaster challenge, then please put that down below in the comment section. I prefer smaller ship encounters, and just make it weird challenges, like build a ship in 2 minutes. Something like that is going to be very interesting, and if it does work out, and if we get positive feedback on both this video and Everyday's Difference video, then I think we could make this a more regular event. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video on Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts.